Our chief guest, Sri Krish Gopal Krishnan, distinguished alumni, director, faculty, members of the Board of Governors, graduating students of 2016 batch, their parents, ladies and gentlemen. Being an alumnus of this institute, I recall the day half a century back when I received my degree at a similar function here. I feel honored and privileged that today I am serving the institute as the Chairman Board of Governors and in that capacity presiding over the function. Let me first thank Sri Krish Gopal Krishnan, who readily accepted our invitation as the chief guest and will be soon delivering the convocation address. Convocation Day is a very special day for the graduating students and also their parents. Until this day, girls and boys are nurtured by their parents, family, teachers, and the society at large to prepare them to face the world. After many years of arduous work on the part of the students, as well as their teachers at various levels, and many sacrifices of their families, this defining moment comes when a graduating student earns the qualification to serve the society. It is not just education that one receives in IIT. One grows up to become a responsible citizen of the country and of the world. Undergraduate students enter the institute with a great sense of achievement, as they are told by everybody around that they belong to the cream of the nation. Today, media is creating a big hype on the IIT admission process and provide running commentary of its progress on an hourly basis. The situation was not like this when we entered IIT, though the competition was equally fierce. There are high expectations from IIT students. Parents expect assured career for their wards. Society expects them to make meaningful contributions to social causes, and students themselves dream of a very bright future. Kharagpur is a wonderful place to grow up in, being exposed to a dynamic academic environment, living in a cosmopolitan student community, and coming in contact with some outstanding teachers and also some fellow students. Young girls and boys grow up to become mature individuals. Food they get is not something to write home about, but they breathe clean, unpolluted air and can view the whole horizon far from the concrete jungle and the maddening crowd. Growing up in an environment like this leaves a very deep impression which they cherish throughout their lives. When I compare my stay in Kharagpur with yours, with a gap of about half a century, I see many changes. Obviously, the academic content of the courses have changed. New subject areas evolved. Many old ones have lost their significance. Communication and connectivity have greatly improved. A lot of new gadgets have become available. And most importantly, the time has shrunk. What does not change in this is perhaps this expanse of large horizon, which gives one the freedom to dream. Through the academic curriculum, though this academic curriculum is structured, the students today are given plenty of opportunities to dwell with other areas which do not fall in their narrow domains. Dual degree, micro-specialization are new jargons which we had never heard of. Young boys and girls join IIT for a professional education, mainly for an assured career. But as they grow up in the open environment, they develop many interests which were inherent in them in embryonic state and did not find expression at their school living stage. As they blossom, they become aware of their natural inclinations. The fact is often ignored that many students who are good in science and mathematics may also be good in other areas such as literature, history, philosophy, music, designing, or sports. Basically, IIT B.Techs during their 4-year course enrich themselves in their ability for analytical thinking, in their proficiency in clear and precise expressions, and in the skill of learning new things within a very short time, and also in one-upmanship. Equipped with this basic intellectual capital, they commence their career. Many of them choose areas quite distinct from their academic disciplines and prove their mettle. The success of many IITians all over the world in many walks of life, I believe, is due to their confidence, adaptability to new and complex situations, and courage which are seeded during their undergraduate studies. Let me now raise a question. At the undergraduate level, are we giving the due emphasis to a given field of study, which is so essential in making a breakthrough in that field? Or are we inculcating a spirit of dedicated work for an extended period, more often in a team, to achieve a major technology development which can be claimed to be our own? In my reading, for a majority of the students, education at IIT in the B.Tech level does not etch our minds deep enough for them to be passionate about their own field of study. There's nothing wrong in the wide horizon approach for career selection, but for making a lasting contribution to any given field, there is no alternative to dedicated and focused work. It is often asked, why have we not been able to so successful in creating innovation ecosystem in our country, which is so essential for our economic growth and large-scale employment generation? One of the reasons, I believe, is that not many of our bright minds are taking up such challenges of innovative technology development in which we can lead the world. A country is recognized in today's technology-driven world as a creator and possessor, or a mere recipient, a kind of a market for a technology product. We often boast of our large number of cell phones or the fast growth in our automobile sector without recognizing the fact that our contributions towards these technologies are minimal. Today, India is growing in solar power installation at a very impressive rate. Most of it is based on photovoltaic solar cells made from silicon, which is not produced even in gram quantity in the country. The story is the same for LED lamps, communication systems, or even in water purification technologies. Many of the bright graduates of today will be working in financial sector or in supply chain management, which will be dealing with such technology products, but only a few will have the courage to develop some key technologies in their totality and place our country in a leading position. A country's prosperity and even sovereignty depend on its technology prowess. IITs, being the premier institution of research and education, need to play a pivotal role in indigenous technology development. In a recent movement, IITs are taking up research projects which are being linked with the priority growth areas of the country. The Imprint program, which the director talked of, is inviting proposals from IIT faculty addressing issues such as energy, healthcare, environment, defense, transportation, and through a competitive process, the best of the proposals will be selected for funding. Programs like this not only help in aligning academic research areas to developmental goals of the country, but also diversify the funding sources. However, in pursuing such research, there's a necessity for cooperative activities between different faculty members, sometimes even across the disciplines. As more and more such research teams are formed, required facilities are created, and clear-cut deliverables are identified, their outputs will make greater impact on our national economy. The centers created for railway research, space technology, steel technology, ocean technology, and oil and natural gas are expected to take IIT Kharagpur a long way in promoting user-driven projects. Developing a comprehensive technology in any of the priority areas require involvement of researchers for an extended period. Research activities in MTech, PhD, and postdoctoral levels are therefore of great importance. A significant rise in the postgraduate and doctoral enrollments and the recent induction of attractive postdoctoral fellowships are positive indications in this direction. What is needed most urgently is to identify and identify interdisciplinary research teams who are ready to take up the challenges in these priority areas and to orient their efforts targeting time-bound deliverables. Postgraduate education and research in science and engineering are the key factors essential for our country to emerge as a prominent player in today's knowledge economy. In fact, there exist some excellent correlations across nations between the quality and number of doctorates in engineering subjects and the level of technology that a country possesses. The expectations from IITs are not only to disseminate knowledge, but also to generate new knowledge in such an abundance that it gives India an edge over other countries in occupying a leading position in the globally emerging knowledge economy. We speak with pride of our demographic dividend for having the largest number of youth in our population. But without affordable education and meaningful employment opportunities, we'll not be able to make them contribute towards the economy. Creating several million jobs every year for decades to come will require innovations in many areas, which are specially suited for our conditions. We do expect that some of our students and faculty of IITs can play a decisive role in addressing this issue. The number of IIT BTechs who seek admissions to MTech or further continue to do PhD is still very small. Of course, a welcome trend in recent years is that a number of students are taking up dual degree BTech MTech courses. In spite of this, a great majority of the postgraduate students and research scholars pursuing their PhD work from IIT Kharagpur is not very large. It is generally believed that we have limited opportunities for development of cutting-edge technologies which are relevant to the country. Nothing is far from the truth. Today, our country is facing several challenges in various sectors, such as agriculture and food processing, harnessing, storage, and distribution of clean energy, protection of environment, provision of affordable healthcare services, supply of clean water, large-scale expansion in manufacturing, transportation, and in production of minerals, steel, and chemicals. In each of these areas, we must find technological solutions. Unfortunately, neither our education system nor the society imparts the right motivation which can push these young talents to dedicate their wholehearted efforts in such directions. Let me take a few examples to highlight this situation. There's an urgent requirement in the country to expand the food production for meeting the growing demand of our increasing population. There are proposals for setting up high-speed railway tracks and more highways for increasing connectivity and spreading growth in the country. The large-scale urbanization requires creation of new cities, sanitation in urban and rural areas, increasing our energy production by a factor of 4 within the next 20 years, and providing livelihood opportunities for the increasing number of job aspirants. Recognizing this unprecedented demand from our growing population, many countries and multinationals are offering technology solutions. India is considered as the biggest emerging market on the planet. I wonder whether India, with 1.25 billion people and with her technological prowess, including that from the bright minds of the IIT graduates, cannot handle at least some of these problems themselves. Obviously, this requires dedicated professionals, sustained efforts, cooperative work, socially responsible entrepreneurship, and resilience to withstand the obstacles in the path. I sincerely urge that the students who are receiving their degree in this convocation are in the threshold of entering their professional career, give a thought to engaging themselves in such activities which will address some of these major challenges. It is only through these activities that IITians can contribute towards improving the quality of life of our fellow countrymen. Those who participate in such a process will undoubtedly derive immense satisfaction and a sense of great achievement from their work. Let me conclude by congratulating all those who are receiving degrees today, and especially the award winners. I wish them all a very bright future. Thank you.